Wagwan, my people. Quick thing before we kick off. The views where you hear upon the Father to Father podcast, them strictly. The hosts, guests, and contributors. Them now represent Catholic Notebook, Spirit Stream Studios, the diocese, university, or any affiliated groups, you see me? And remember, this podcast is strictly for adult ears, so listen up with discretion.
Welcome to Father, where life and faith meet. A place for the soul, where wisdom speaks. Hope in the message, strength in the beat. Welcome to Father, where life and faith meet.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's cracking?
Same thing. Anyways, man. Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Dr. Giovanni. With me is my right hand, my main man.
Father Greg Lambert.
Oh yeah, we on full. Like, I can't say demon time. That's not.
We can't say demon time. I'm a whole race.
Yeah, I know, but how do you what is the Catholic equivalent of demon time? I don't even know if there is a Catholic colloquially speaking. What is the Catholic
equivalent?
We're on
holy hour?
Yo, I'm on holy hour time. Like, wait, that don't roll off the tongue, dog.
It does not roll off the tongue.
I'm on Black Moses time.
But I don't. Only certain Catholics can say that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If you're a white Catholic,
like,
say it with your chest. You on Black Moses time.
I don't know if I want someone who looks like Chicken Little, who's a theologian, talking about I'm on Black Moses time.
Yo, what can we say as Catholics? I don't even know. Yo, while we trying to think about it, open up your second browser. Click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leave a comment. Say, "Hey, yo, what's good?"
My hour has come.
Yo, you can't say that. That sounds too.
That sounds like Good Friday.
That sounds too intense. No. I'm on David time. I feel like David is an evergreen.
Which part of David's?
Hey, that's what makes it good. You could be on Bathsheba, or you could be on like Dancing in the Street, or you could be like David and like conquering nations. We don't know. You just on David time. You know what? Before we get any further into this, let's just get started.
Yeah, it's hard for the best. That's for the best.
Hey, let's go. Let's get it.
Dr. G, what's good? I know it sounds clear, I know it's misunderstood. The story's wild, yeah, it's out there, no doubt, but just lean in close, just hear.
You ready for some hear me outs?
I think so.
Yeah, but hear me out. Yo, 5 stars. You did another month. 1 star. We got confession on Thursdays, and if your church doing confession on Thursdays, let us know. Capital whatever says Father, capital whatever says
F2F.
But hear me out. I didn't pick sides. I just didn't defend him.
Oof.
This one was a note that said this is a little bit longer, so strap in. Fellas, I'm not gonna even hold you. Here's the situation, and I know y'all gonna do the TLDR at the end, especially Father Greg, respectfully, who be getting lost mid-story and then acting like we can't rewind.
Excuse me? I don't even know who you are, sir.
So here it is. 3 a.m. Me, my dad, my Uncle Reggie, and my girlfriend, Tasha, we're in the living room. Vibes were decent. Drink, story, laughing. And then it went left. Out of nowhere, my uncle looks at my dad and says, "You a punk. And you always gonna be a punk."
Yo, what? What is all this aggression?
Silence. My dad turned to me and was like, "Jacob, do you hear this? Do you think I'm a punk?" And I'm not gonna lie, internally, I said yes.
Dang, man. Come on.
And you've been one. Like, did you forget last Christmas? Did you forget how you handled the situation? But obviously, I didn't say that out loud because I'm not trying to escalate into World War III at 3 a.m. in the morning. Before I could deflect, my girlfriend jumps in unprovoked and says, "Well, I wouldn't call you a man of honor, but
what?
I don't know if you're a full punk."
Who asked you? I thought you were asleep. Who asked you?
So now I'm like, okay, so we're just saying anything now. My uncle leans forward and goes, Jacob, level with us. Between me and your dad, if something really happened in your life, who are you calling? Who's the last person you called on your phone right now? And at this point, I knew this was a trap and there was no right answer. And this is generational beef disguised as a question.
Good
So
prudence.
I
Good
did
prudence.
the only thing that made sense to me. I
Take a
said,
seizure.
listen. Yo, that's a universal black calling. Listen. Listen. That is, you only say that when, hey, I have no way out of this situation. Listen. He goes, listen, I don't want to get involved in any of this. I'm just going to step outside and let y'all handle whatever y'all got going on. My dad immediately goes, wow, you just going to leave me here like this? I'm your father. I said, I'm not getting involved. I'm a bipartisan witness. My
I
spiritual
know.
director told me to stop inserting myself into other people's issues. And this right here is not my ministry.
Ah.
My uncle laughs and goes, see, that's why you a punk and your son won't even defend you. And then my girlfriend, once again, unprovoked, goes, well, I mean, he does have a point. And my dad is looking at me like I betrayed him. My uncle's looking at me like I proved his point. And my girlfriend is participating in unauthorized ways.
Unauthorized.
And I was sitting there at 3:17 a.m. questioning every life choice that led me to this position. All right, so this is the full context. This is what he said. Now here's the full context, because all that was the TLDR for you.
Yo, that's a TLD.
That was the TLDR.
Thank you for the full context.
Now here's the full context. My dad and my uncle has had tension for years. Old stuff. Money, pride, who shows up for who didn't show up for who mom really loves, who dad really loves, who's the real father and who's the adopted kid. This kind of history.
I feel like that's the real wound. That's the real wound there.
I don't know. This kind of history where every joke has truth in it. And growing up, I always felt like I had to play translator or diplomat for my family, like to smooth things over and keep the peace, because if I didn't, everybody would explode. But then recently, my spiritual director told me something that stuck with me. You're not called to manage relationships that are not yours. You are not called to carry the burden for someone that you are not spiritually yoked to through marriage. You are not called to will someone else to heaven when their responsibility is to set the standard for you. Specifically referring to my father. So I've been taking a step back. Not fixing everything. Not mediating everything. Just existing without absorbing the chaos of other people. Like actually working on it. I realize if I'm going to be the type of man that God called me to be, I can't keep playing referee and thinking that my interventions outweighs God's will or God's ability to hold the situation together.
Preach.
That's a bar.
It is a bar.
That's a bar.
Take him to church.
What I'm called to do is to make every decision that are mine, stand on those decisions, and let others deal with the natural consequences of theirs.
Yes.
If it works out for them, good. If it doesn't work out for them, also good. All I can do is be an ear or sound advice. The rest is on God, not on me. That is...
Stay bipartisan, my friends.
Dog, if it ends right there, we can do it, but it's not over. Now, the reason this even turned into what it turned into was because of Christmas. We took a family trip to Brazil. Me, my mom, my dad, my girl. Everything was going cool. Then on the way back, we had a passport situation. My dad's passport clears. No problem. He gets through the line. My mom's passport, issue. Something expired. Something wasn't right.
Oh no.
They stopped her. Now we're standing there like, okay, what's happening? They asked my dad, is this your wife? Instead of saying yes, standing on it, he
What do you mean instead of? What else could you say?
instead of saying yes and standing on it, staying with us and trying to figure it out, he says, that is the mother of my children.
Soft. I can't.
They asked again. He says again, that is the mother of my children, then turns away and walks and gets on the plane.
Dog.
And now me, my mom, and my girl are stuck. No money, no plane, no plan, no way back. So I call my uncle and says, hey, yo, we're stuck. My uncle doesn't even hesitate. Red eye flies out, pays like $2,100 to fix the situation. Stays with us, makes sure that we're good, feeds us, keeps us safe. Then we all fly, and then he pays for us to fly back. We went home. My parents argued a bit, but then they smoothed it over. Life went on. But my uncle never let that go. Because of him, because to him, it wasn't a mistake. That was a decision. So fast forward to 3 a.m., his birthday, drinks. My uncle finally says the things that he's been holding in. And I'm sitting there going like, he's not wrong. But my spiritual director said, this isn't my fight. So when my dad looked at me, waiting for me to step in, the only thought I had was, it must feel nice, don't it? Imagine how we felt when you left us. But I didn't say it. I just held that in. Because how can I defend him? I felt the same way my uncle did.
I feel that.
So instead, I chose not to lie and just stepped out of the situation.
It's smart. Honestly, it's really mature.
But hear me out. I didn't pick sides. I just didn't defend him.
I already got a whole ruling on this, dog.
Go ahead. I'll give you space.
I got a whole ruling on this. Dude, you did the right thing. You took more maturity, and it's not just maturity of holding your tongue. It's the maturity of knowing exactly what you wanted of a situation, knowing your family as well, figuring out like, yo, I don't want to blow this up. And because I don't want to blow up my situation, I don't want to blow up my family. I know the truth. My uncle knows the truth. My girl knows the truth. I don't need to go ahead and dance on this dude's head. Hopefully this is a wake-up call for your father to figure out like, hey, maybe I need to adjust some of my behavior. Because if my son, whom I love, who I also loved in Brazil, but we're not going to talk about that. Like, if my son, whom I love, looked at this situation after I just got disrespected in front of other people, and he decided not to go ahead and jump out and say, why would you say that about my father? That's disrespectful. That's rude. Like, what are you doing? Plus, you guys are brothers. Also, you always do that. Like, he could have easily jumped in the situation and blew things up, but he didn't.
He didn't.
He also didn't defend you.
Yeah. He didn't.
There's a lot of things that my dad was and wasn't. But if anyone ever said something negative about my father, it would be an issue.
It's game over.
It's game over.
It's game over. It's like,
the
hey, yo,
reason,
I don't care who you are. You can't be talking wild about my dad.
Because the only reason you said something like that is because you thought that you would get away with it. That's how disrespect works.
That's it. But in this situation, is it disrespectful? Because like honestly, the word was changed. It was a different word, and clearly they changed it into punk.
Yes, yeah.
Right?
I hope
Like,
you guys all caught that.
We all know what the word was, but it's like, but they changed it into punk for the listening audience.
Yeah.
Here's my situation. I don't think what he said was disrespectful. He's been holding this in for a long time, and like, because if you really think about it, dog, it's your okay. I'm thinking about myself.
Yes.
I think about our family.
Yeah.
If Claire at 9 years old calls you and says, "Uncle, Dad left us in Brazil, and we can't get back, and we can't get a hold of him." There is no way in God's green earth I can look you in the face and be like, "Hey, man, are you ready to record?"
Bruh, when I get off the exit, off the highway, I'm coming directly to your house and looking for you. and we're hashing it out right then.
And we gotta go. Like you. I can't imagine you letting me stay and we go back.
Nope.
It's like no. You are getting your butt and coming with me, and you gonna get your family, and you'd read me the riot act going down
The whole way through.
the whole way, and then coming back, you sitting there going like, now that you learned your lesson, and read me the riot act coming all the way back. Because like
There's no excuse for
it's
it.
inconceivable to me.
Yeah.
It is inconceivable to me. My wife, her passport, whatever situation happened with her
That's
passport.
the
is
mother
what
of
it
my children. Oh my goodness.
That's the mother of my children. It's like, what? That is the mother of my children. Which, if he looked at it, it's like, yeah, I didn't lie. I didn't say you weren't my wife. I just said you were the mother of my
He just
children.
didn't want to be implicated.
That's the whole thing.
That's the crazy part. And that's the wild part is that's not going to implicate you. They just
No.
want to know if your guys are flying together.
Yes.
He got scared of the future was coming and said, I don't want this to happen to me. What to happen to you? I don't want it to happen to me.
That's all it is. That's all it is. Yo, forever and a day now. And the thing is, the girlfriend was there too. The girlfriend was there. So when she sat there and be like, I mean, to be also get your girl in check.
For real.
All that unauthorized conversation. Like, what?
You feel the tension, but also to be fair, she is a stranger in the household. She went on the trip, so she's part of the trip.
I feel like, to be fair, he sounds black. She is like wife adjacent. Like she's not just girl. She ain't just girl, because ain't no black family taking you to a trip to Brazil,
That's expensive.
right? Also, I feel like the mom is white.
Probably.
I feel like the mom's white. Because, again, a black family's not taking the girl. Like, I'm going to let you know this for free. We ain't take Claire or Sophie. They get older, 18 plus. They got a boyfriend. I'm not taking boyfriend on a trip.
Also, the fact that, and I hope this isn't a stereotype. I'm going to let you know just from my understanding and my experience and my background. If she came back from this trip, they argued a little bit.
They argued a little bit and it was
worked
smooth
out?
over?
No,
Dog.
I'm sorry.
Dog.
I'm sorry.
Dog.
I know the people in my culture, there would have been physical assault.
Dude,
from the female side. She would have cut him.
You couldn't be in the same house.
She would have cut him,
You
dog.
could not be in the same house. There's no way that handles amicably.
At least for another year. And then you
right.
got to wait till next Christmas until she remembers again for that to blow over.
Right. And you got to take her on a place to prove that you ain't going to do that again.
Yes.
Like, that is a lot of gifts, a lot of eggshell walking for an entire year, not like a conversation. That's all I'm saying. I think the mom was white. And the reason why, and people, like, I've had questions of people like, yo, how come you try to identify the race? Because that does play a role.
It
a lot
does.
of people, a lot of people don't recognize how much of a role ethnicity does play in decision making. Because because I'm even listening to this kid, and it's like, the way he was viewing the world of like, hey, I'm supposed to be the peacemaker. I'm supposed to be the diplomat of the family. That is an expectation that is placed on someone in an ethnic household.
Yes.
Someone. It's not always the oldest. It's just the person who has the most amount of sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, yo, you're the diplomat from now on. Whenever things pop off, it's your responsibility to see that everyone walks away okay. And it's like, when did I sign up for that? But in a white household, that's not a thing.
It's not.
That's not really a thing.
Usually it's like the mom.
Yeah, like the mom gets overbearing, and if there is a child, it's more so the child has an attachment thing, and it's like, yo, I want the attention.
Or the mom has an attachment thing, and everyone has their roles to play. And if you go outside your role,
then it's
you're
game
done.
over.
You're
Then it's
done.
game over. As long as you play the role for mom,
That's
or-
fine.
or dad is detached but attached.
Yeah.
He's already shut off. Like, I've given everything up to mom. I don't care.
Like, you got these 3 ends with me. If you don't fit into these 3 ends, you're not gonna work. If you're not hunting, if you don't like hockey, and you're not willing to talk to me about politics,
Right. Right.
Then
And
those are my
God
3 ends.
forbid if you pick politics and we don't align.
That's
like,
it.
if dad is a Democrat and you ain't a Democrat, nah, you disowned. I'm done.
and he gonna bring it up just to spark a fire, and then they get upset of why you blew up at Christmas dinner.
But if you with dad, this is the thing I love about white families, especially like white dads. If you have the one thing with him that's
Yes.
cool, you could run over a puppy and he'll help you bury it.
Yes.
Like, because he has that connection with you, and
Yes.
that's it.
Yeah.
That is it. Black dads, on the other hand, is a little bit different. You look at your kids and go, I don't know, fam. I don't know, fam.
I might leave you in Brazil.
You are the mother of my children. I can't. Oh, jeez. Here's the thing. I'm giving him a 5. I'm giving him a 5. And mainly the reason why I'm giving him a 5 is because he did the difficult thing in that situation. Yeah. He actually internalized what his spiritual director said, did not take it out of context, did not distort it, and said, in this moment, can I be a peacemaker? No, because this has nothing to do with me. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to bow out. And he did it gracefully. Yeah. His girlfriend, on the other hand, she needs to chill out. You're going to be part of this family. You can't just be out here
dropping bombs and thinking it's going to be okay.
Yeah, that's not okay. That's not okay. But yeah, what do you think? What are you giving?
I think I got to give him a 5 because he didn't do anything wrong. He did he did everything right. He had every right to harbor some form of resentment, and I would completely understand it. Yeah. But you know what? He looked at the truth and said, it's not my place to start this fight. And he knows that his dad has a Smucker's problem. Smucker's as in like he has too much jelly in his spine, right? Like
yo, that's a fire. That's a fire. I like that.
He's got that dog in him, but like it's a female dog.
Oh, so the problem is
like
it barks at a high pitch.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like it's in his soul. Like, and he knows it. He knows it.
He knows.
So he just figured it out. He decided to pivot and stay bipartisan. Like, I can't get mad at that.
No, I can't get mad at that either. I can't get mad. That's the 5th 5 we've ever given.
Yeah. That's
pretty good. It tells us that our listenership is growing. So let me know. Did we get it right? Did we get it wrong?
F2F.
Hear me out.
Yo, Father Greg, Dr. G, what's good? I know it sounds clear, I know it's misunderstood. The story's wild, yeah, it's out there, no doubt. But just lean in close, just hear me out. Hear me out.
Back when I needed a man, all I got handed was traps. Said, boy, go be great, but gave me no pass, so I bled from the faith I ain't know I still had. Good advice don't come cheap. Real ones ran wisdom, don't tweet. Now I walk through the dark, trying not to repeat the same fake love that they handed to me. They come to me now like I know the route. Big bro, what's the play? Can you help me out? And I tried not to laugh, but I see myself back when I was broke, begging somebody else. Ain't no manual for this, just pressure and heat. You get burnt by the ones that you thought brought peace. Told my little man, don't believe what you see. Even angels fall hard when they run in the
it's
street.
time for fatherly advice. you already know what it is. It's fatherly advice. Catholic Nipper Research Team did their 1-2 things, kind of grouped it together. We have a lot that are from parents and things like that. This is just us giving you our advice because you asked for it. Also, I'm not going to say, dear Father Greg and Dr. Gio. It is assumed. Just know that. Just know that. I canceled my plans with my friend because I said, this is from Tampa Bay, Florida, by the way. I canceled my plans with my friend because I said I needed me time, which, to be fair, I believed in that moment. I stayed home, ordered food, told myself I was resetting and recharging, all of that. But then I spent the whole night flipping between apps, watching things I didn't care about, just passing the time. No rest, no reflection, nothing. Just noise. And the weird part is when my friend texted me later saying she missed me, I felt guilty. Like I lied about the cancellation because I didn't even use the time for something real. I just scrolled. So now I was sitting there like at 1 a.m., lights off, phone facing me. And I had this thought, and I'd like your guidance. If I keep calling avoidance self-care, am I just damaging myself to a lifestyle of endless mediocrity?
Golly. That's a question you can only think about at 1 o'clock in the dark.
It hits you like a thug running up in your house. Just bah.
It's got to be quiet in your house to figure it. It's got to be quiet enough for a mouse to piss on a cotton ball.
You hear it. You hear it. Like, what? What's going on? When did I get a roommate? What is this? Yeah, that's how quiet I gotta be, dog. I've only been there like twice in my entire life. I don't like it. I was gonna let you know that for free. I do not like it. But you know what? Let me give you runway. Do you need some cotton balls?
Man, oh my gosh, what an amazing question. Can you like read the back end of that again one more time?
Do you not know what she said?
No, it's not just for me. It's for the people who are listening.
Basically, she's asking, she like, if I keep calling avoidance self-care, am I dooming myself to a life of mediocrity, of endless mediocrity?
That's a great question. Let's look at it this way. Mediocrity, by definition, like I don't want to tax or butcher the actual definition of mediocrity, but mediocrity as I define it, and you let me know if this is okay with you.
All right.
Like mediocrity is, as I defined it, is choosing willingly and knowingly to fall beneath a self-defined bar for yourself, a standard.
Okay, it's just complacency.
Yeah, complacency.
It's like complacency, or like, to be fair, mediocrity is just basically the state of being average.
That's
like,
true. But
you're not doing more, you're not doing less. You're just existing.
But you also have, but the average changes whatever room that you're in.
What you mean by that?
I'm glad you asked.
What you mean by that?
I'm glad you asked. So, Dr. Gio, I would say that you're a very good counselor. I would say that you're a very good public speaker.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if you put together, and I got to be careful with names, but you put together a couple of individuals that probably you and I both know.
Okay.
Who proclaim that they're good at their job.
Okay.
Whether they are teachers,
right.
Whether they are other priests, whether they are some form of clergyman like a deacon.
Well, let's just distill this down. I'm in a room of 20 people, and all of them are former counselors, right? Because I don't counsel anymore. So it's just like, I'm in a room of former counselors.
Yes.
And we all have historic careers.
Yes.
Like, I have 15 years. Everybody has, on average, 15 to 20 years.
Yes.
All right, say less.
All right, and you're in that room.
Right.
Say there's one or two people who have 1 or 2 years in your profession, right?
Okay, say less.
Whether you like it or not, whether it's in your feelings or not, whether or not you want to categorize it or not, if you had to put it together on a spectrum, you can put together a spectrum on who has the most knowledge and who has the most wherewithal.
Oh, facts.
Yes or no, right?
Oh, facts. And the ones that have like 1 or 2 years, if they say anything sideways, we all just discrediting them for the rest. They could say the sky is blue afterwards. They've been discredited.
There you go.
That's it.
There you go.
Facts.
So there is a tier system. Like there is.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like the average changes based on the room. Oh,
Yes.
that's a bar.
I'm telling you.
It took me a while to land on me, but dang, that's a bar.
Now you go into a room full of mechanics.
Yeah, I ain't saying nothing.
Full of auto mechanics, and the question is about cars.
Right.
You're at the bottom of the tier.
Oh, yes.
But you understand that.
Yes.
You have just gradually changed, not gradually, significantly changed the bar.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, you are the mediocre one, but not by your own measurement, because you realize I don't have.
Wow.
So that's why I say that mediocrity, it's hard to call someone else mediocre unless you look at your bar and you look at their bar.
You got to be looking at the same bar.
We got to be looking at the same bar to call someone another person mediocre. You just do.
Wow. There's a lot of mediocre priests out there.
Yes, there are.
Dang.
But also, the very same people, and I'll give you an example of someone who was known as a mediocre priest, but ended up becoming a saint because the bar was different for both people.
John Vianney?
Yeah. John Vianney was known as a mediocre priest by his other superiors.
To be fair, though, because that's a bona fide fact. John Vianney. And that's why I'm like, I knew it right away. It was either John Vianney or Augustus Holton.
Yes.
One of the two. Well, he's not a saint. He's venerable.
He's venerable right now.
So I guess. But, by the way, Pope. I was about to say Pope Francis. No. Pope Leo. Pope Leo. I will send you all the Chicago things. Just come on, man.
What?
Augustus Holton.
Oh,
Your Holiness, with all respect,
like, what are you about to ask for?
we need a black saint. Come on, Your Holiness.
Black saints.
I just want Augustus. So Augustus Holton. Come on, man.
Oh no,
We got Moses the Black, but that's too black. That's like Hotep black. That is a lot. A lot of people can't rock with Moses Black.
Hotep Black.
That's like Hotep Black, dog. He took out. There was a whole gang of people that came to like take him out. He took out 25% of them before dying.
Relatable.
Like he's like, if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go. Like even his picture is him holding up a fist like he's gonna punch you while holding up the gospel. Like that's a little too aggressive. Augustus Tolton is like Carlton Black. That's inside black. That is like I'll wear sweaters and cardigan black.
He wore cassocks.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just a different level of black. I just feel like it would help the whole black community, especially the black Catholics, to have someone that we can say like, yeah, that's our guy. Like, yeah, because every group has it. Our Lady of Guadalupe, the Mexicans own that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, you know, the Swedish people in Swedish people, Saint Bernadette. That's theirs. They wrap their arms around Saint Bernadette like nobody's business. So like, come on, Pope Leo, listen, just hear me out, please. Augustus Tolton,
We'll
make him a saint. He's been sitting there for a long time.
He has been sitting there for a long time.
All right.
Anyway, I'll just say when it comes down to mediocrity, I think you're a young lady. When it comes down to mediocrity, could you become mediocre off of this? Yes, but this situation in itself of you deciding, you know what, I don't want to hang out with people tonight, and I didn't know that I didn't want to, and I made the decision that I didn't want to. That doesn't make you mediocre. What makes an individual mediocre by your own want and your own bar, where you say, I need to go ahead and get out at least once a week and see somebody, see a friend, see a group of friends, and you decide to fall beneath that bar repeatedly for like 4 or 5 weeks straight.
Yeah, now you're being mediocre.
Now you're being mediocre.
But at the end of the day, I think what would change your whole situation is just basically saying, like, instead of saying I need self-care, just be like, I don't want to go out.
Yeah, just say you don't want to go. There's nothing
I don't
wrong
want to
with
go
that.
out.
Ain't nothing makes me happier when I have something on my schedule from 4 weeks ago, and it's now in the future, and like, hey, now I got to go out to this dinner party, or I got to go do this thing, and they decide to cancel after a long week.
That's so good. Like, there's situations where you're just like, I'm looking forward to this thing. I really want to go to this thing, and then because of what happened earlier in the day, you're like,
yes,
I want nothing to do with this.
Yes, and that can happen. That's okay.
But it's a thing where it's like not overusing that and knowing when to, and like being comfortable with people going, but why? Yes. Like, is it me? It's like, no, I just don't want to go out with anybody.
Yeah, it's just not tonight.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, man, let's get out of here.
Sounds good.
You ever ask for advice and they laugh at you, or worse, they give it with strings attached? I learned some people don't help to help, they help to hold you. So be careful who speaks over your soul, 'cause not every God told me came from God. Not every I got you means you're safe. Some just wanna wear your story like a chain. Good advice is a treasure map buried in pain. Real truth ain't loud, it don't chase fame. Now I write what I needed, tattooed in flame, for the next lost soul walking out of that rain.
Hey, the Coffee Over Reason did their 1-2 thing, and this is the Would You Rathers that we tried on an intro one time. So they continue with that one. All right, we're turning into a segment. All right, here we go. And this one comes from Houston, Texas. They were. Oh, we can't say the name of the diner, so they just put Family Diner, but because we could get sued. People are putting their locations on when they send these things.
That's good.
Yeah. It's Houston, Texas. Would you rather have the ability to win any argument instantly, but every time you do, the other person starts crying like you just emotionally destroyed them, or
Been there.
lose every argument forever and the person walks away thinking, wow, they made some good points. Maybe I'm in the wrong here.
It's just depending on whose pride wins out. That's all that I hear.
Nah, they could cry. I picked the first one.
I know.
Hands
we know.
down, I picked the first one.
We know. I choose the second one.
Why?
I choose the second
You
one.
lose every argument and they walk away. Why? No. You can cry. You can cry right here. You can cry right here.
I can't be a whole priest making everybody cry for the wrong reasons.
It's not a wrong reasons. Listen, I can see how as a priest that's just a bad look for you. Everyone comes up to you and has a disagreement, and then all of a sudden they just start crying.
And especially if we start, because he didn't stipulate what kind of arguments we're talking about. We could be talking about Marvel Cinematic Universe,
right?
And I'm like, yo, Doctor Doom is the most aggressive and the most dangerous threat,
and then just crying.
And kid just starts crying. I can't
bawling, crying. Yeah, that's not okay. That's not okay. Or they're fine, and there's just tears are streaming down their face. I like Black Widow. Like what?
All right, I'm not gonna say anything about that.
Yo, here's another one. Ooh, this one's from Los Angeles, California. Can't say the name of this particular company, but they were in their green room.
Oh,
yeah.
bet.
That's actually that's really dope.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Would you rather be, this says, fellas, would you rather be insanely attractive to everyone, but no one ever takes you serious as a person, or be completely average looking, but once a year for 12 hours, you're insanely attractive to the point in which you cause chaos everywhere you go with your very fiber and being?
Cause chaos?
Yeah, like people just get feral and just go, ah.
that's really aggressive.
You got to pick one. You can't be like, I picked nothing.
I'll pick the second one, I guess.
The second one, like 12 hours. If that's the case, you know it's coming, you can just stay home.
Yeah, you can go to sleep.
You can just go to sleep and order in. Mm-hmm. That's it. Although, if you order in and then you accidentally open up the door because you forget. Because I can see you. I could totally see this happening to you. You pick the second one, right? You're like, I picked the second one. And then you're like, oh, yeah, I got to remember to stay in. And then you forget. And then you're just like, why is everybody acting a fool? And then I call you up like, hey, Greg, I'm coming over. Just let you know. And you're like, why? I'm like, it's the day you're supposed to stay at home.
Oh, no wonder my Uber Eats person's been calling me off the hook.
Yeah.
Like, are you supposed to give me the food and I never see you again? Why you keep calling me back?
No, that would be you, like day one. Year one, that's you. Year one, that's you. Because you forget.
That's wild.
But you taking the first one?
Oh, for sure.
All right, say less. All right, this one's coming from Tennessee. There's a bar at like 3:40 p.m.
Nah, that's about right.
All right. Would you rather have the best singing voice in the world, but your voice cracks randomly at the worst possible emotional moment every time? Or a decent singing voice, but once a year, you sing so perfectly that people cry, faint, and rethink their life choices?
Do I get to choose what time of year I do it?
You can pick the day. I'll let you pick the day.
I already got you. Fam.
Easter?
Easter Vigil. Easter Vigil. And
Wait,
I'm singing the Exultant.
Oh,
Yes.
That would be wild.
I'm gonna let you guys know I don't got a voice like that. I really don't. I got within my range and it's deep. That's about it.
Yeah. Which has improved. I got to give you that. It's improved over the years.
Anyway, you do it every single day, right?
Well, I mean, to be fair, though, it was atrocious when we were in seminary together.
No, it was. I didn't know how to.
Yeah, but you got better, and then now it's to a point where I'm just like, damn, you're really good. Like, you really are. You chanted. I don't think people appreciate this enough. You chanted the gospel for your ordination. Like that.
Yeah.
That was intense.
That was 2 straight weeks, every single day, at least 2 hours a day.
It wasn't your ordination.
Practice.
It was the my bad.
It was the bishop's ordination.
The bishop's ordination,
Which was that.
The nuncio was there.
Yeah, it was.
That's pressure, my guy.
That was a lot of pressure.
That is pressure. So hats off to you. Hats off to you.
I know that kind of feeling like when you get so nervous, like your blood runs cold.
Yeah.
Like that's what it felt like.
Yeah, ice in your veins.
I was so freaking scared, dude.
Yo, it's just ice in your veins. It's just like, Lord, take the wheel. Ave Maria.
I watched a miracle happen before my very eyes.
Hey, man. This is facts. Yo, this one's coming from Miami. Club bathroom.
You writing it from the club bathroom?
I can't even tell you the club's name. It's just like
I'm honored, honestly. Thank you.
Would you rather lie so perfectly and never get caught, but every lie slowly becomes a truth in the most inconvenient way possible?
That's just life as it is. That already happens.
No.
Yeah.
No.
The Lord has said that there's nothing in this world that will happen that will not be meant.
Pause. Hold on. Before you get like this, standing from the pulpit sermoning on me, pause. Let me finish. Or be completely incapable of lying, but once a year, you accidentally tell one massive life-altering truth at the worst possible moment.
Repeat that?
This is why I said pause. Or, so the first one is lie so perfectly, but every lie slowly becomes the truth in the most inconvenient way. Or be incapable of lying, but once a year, you accidentally tell one massive life-altering truth in the worst possible way.
First one.
Yeah.
Because the reality of the situation is, and maybe this is going to be like a moral contest between not just you or even with some of our visitors. You let me know what you think about this. But you cannot be an effective priest without prudence.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call it lying. I would call it prudence of knowing what to say and how much to say about certain things.
Facts. Like, I would say that a lot of people lean heavy on this whole idea. Like, it's not just priests, but like just everybody in general. They lean heavy on this whole idea of like, oh, you shouldn't be lying and you should just tell the truth to everybody. That's not true, I don't believe. Because in my personal opinion, it's not so much you should tell the truth to everybody, because not everybody can handle the same amount of truth. Like your kid,
that's also
for example,
biblical.
right? Your kid, for example. We know Claire and Sophia in our family,
Yes.
right? My kids. I cannot tell them certain things.
Yes.
Because they can't mentally handle certain things.
Mm-hmm.
They're not at the stage of life for them to handle certain bits of information.
Mm-hmm.
Like Claire right now is learning about sex for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
right? But there's a lot of things that we just don't talk about because it's not important for her to understand like how her body works, you know? On the flip side of it, Sophie was like, what are you guys talking about? I'm like, don't even worry about it, sweetheart. We're not even, I'm not even going to address this issue with you. Nope. And I feel like that level of prudence gets lost when people become adults. That you forget that not everybody's going to be at the same stage of life as you, and not everybody can handle certain types of information. That's why, like, to be honest with you, the first one is dope. But the problem with the first one is, if I tell a lie, it becomes a truth in the most inconvenient way. You're like, oh, well, that's, Jesus said. No, Jesus didn't say that. And that's not coming true. And that's why I had to stop you and be like, stop you. Wait, well, hold on. Before you turn this into a sermon, let's really deep this for a second. This is like me saying, like, oh, shoot, hey, you know what? I'm a white man. That's a bold-faced lie, right? I'm not a white man. But I do have a lot of white heritage in me, right?
Yeah.
Fine. Facts. Italian, British, some Irish, all that stuff. Scottish, a little bit of Scottish in me and all that stuff, right? Now, here's the thing. If I said, oh, yeah, I'm a white man on some jokey joke, that's clearly a lie. All of a sudden, then I start getting lighter and lighter. That's inconvenient, dog. That is inconvenient. Like, I can't be out here like casually saying the N-word and then all of a sudden I'm white. Like, that's not okay.
I gotta distance myself too, because what do I look like?
Right. Like, what you look like now? This is like, well, you know, I'm a light-skinned black man. No, I look like Jared from Six Flags. Hi, how's it going, guys? Like, nah, I can't be out here like that. I just can't. Like, that's the type of like inconvenience I'm talking about. Or, oh yeah, I'm 6'5", but then it's one part of my body is 6'5". That's inconvenient. That is inconvenient.
Can I just see you randomly start growing at a dinner party? You just start growing, and you can feel it. I was like, it hurts.
And then your body, and then now you're 6'5". But it's not everywhere 6'5". It's just one particular aspect of 6'5", and it's very inconvenient. Like, what are you gonna do? Like,
the part that's gonna piss me off is they're gonna call me like, Father Greg, you gotta bless him. Something's wrong with him. He's growing. He's growing.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean? You walking around with a 6'5" arm? Like, what? Your neck is now 6'5". Like, what? Dog, this is what I'm talking about. It's inconvenient. Inconvenient. Let's get out of here.
Oh my
That was a good show, ain't it?
Yeah.
For all of us here at Spiritual Studios, Catholic Notebook, great team. We love you. You're very special.
Go forth and bear good fruit.
We out.
Will life and faith meet?
Father to Father is a production of Spirit Stream Studios. All rights reserved.